And just to know that you are with us, and we're happy to go through our reports. Um, we'd like to welcome you, of course, as always. And I just would like to explain some of the rules of our meeting. Of course, this meeting is open to all members in good standing. This is a working council meeting. We will be following a tight agenda. So, also the comments in the chats from the membership should be reserved until the open forum at the end. The open forum consists of time being set aside for members to make comment. And of course, as we know, due to time limitations, the amount of time each member may speak will be decided by the meeting chair. We have, dependent upon the number of members here. Discussion on issues raised by members will only occur if time allows, which I think there will be. If follow-up is needed, it will be on the agenda for the following meeting. If you are unable to attend the meeting and would still like to submit a comment, you may email to council@kingstonfoodcoop.com by 3 p.m. the day of the meeting. An executive session will conclude each council meeting, which is only used to discuss an item of sensitive nature that could directly harm the success of our collective co-op or would infringe on the rights of privacy of a staff member or member owner. Okay, all of that said, we'll just go through our agenda here. There were no amendments, so we have not come to any decisions this month that we need to report on. No discussions as well currently that need reporting. And we would like to just report the number of members, which is 1,296 and 267 Solidarity members. The upcoming membership events, save the date. We have our annual meeting Saturday, May 24th, which will be virtual and which will be, I believe, from 11 to 12 o'clock or till 12:30 on the 24th of May, correct? Okay. We have some high-level updates. The council member search is ongoing. We are looking to fill a few more seats, so please get in touch with us if you are interested in running for council. We will vote on our new council members at the annual meeting on Saturday, May 24th. And if you'd like to come to that meeting and vote, or also if you'd like to run, you'll be able to give a little speech during that meeting and run yourself. Okay, let's see. We have committee updates. I think we could just roll through each committee if that sounds good. Okay, so governance and operations. Candace, would you like to give us your updates?
Yeah, so we have been working on planning for the annual meeting that entails lots of different things and really is a full team effort with governance kind of leading the charge there. We've also integrated a new project management tool, ClickUp. We found that we are excitedly doing lots of different projects and really growing and working towards lots of really cool, exciting milestones. And we needed a better way to track all of those things. So we have now integrated ClickUp into our workflow. We have been reporting on kind of updating policies and procedures. We're now working on the onboarding and offboarding procedures, especially with new council members coming, with our annual meeting and voting and everything. We just want to make sure we are ready to go and everything is smooth for their onboarding process. We're working on building the infrastructure to make sure that we're able to hire more staff soon. So that is kind of an ongoing process towards that goal. We've also been doing a lot of goal setting and project planning to keep advancing towards our strategic goals from strategic planning. And we've also upgraded some software to support our growing membership. So some of the costs associated with all of this great work was our Airtable upgrade, where we track all of our membership, and our Keeper membership, where we kind of keep all of our passwords and logins and information safe. So that is what we've done in the last month. And our goals for the next reporting period will be to have completed a lot of these things that are in process, namely the onboarding and offboarding processes. That is governance and operations.
Fantastic. Thank you. Sounds excellent. Um, and now let's hear from retail and vendor relations. Christina, would you like to offer your updates there?
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of updates have been moving on the retail and vendor relations side. We've completed the on-site walkthrough of the CCE. The outdoor area has been confirmed as feasible for us to use. The only issue that we did see when we did the walkthrough was that indoor storage is limited. So we definitely are going to be working on figuring that out. Costs are all negotiable, including the rent. So we have to figure that out with the CCE board and get their approval on what the cost will be. And then Rubco is the primary landlord right now with some limitations, which have to do with parking as well as delivery logistics. But they have given the CCE a very favorable lease. So we are going to work with them to figure out how we can help with the cost in terms of like the cost of maintenance, because that's their main concern and responsibility right now. And then we are currently in the process of developing a survey, which will be sent to the CCE community as well as Energy Square to determine interests and needs. And then we also are planning to use market data to determine rent, labor costs, and product costs to lay out for the layout projection. And then we are actively working on the pro forma financial model for the mini market. The framework that we're using for this is provided by the National Co-op Grocers. And then in terms of goals and projects for next reporting period, we are reviewing feasibility and making contact with in-store designers. For the in-store designers right now, we're looking at 7 routes. We're also finalizing the retail program, looking at what we're going to be selling and what the store will look and feel like, and then conducting merchandise and menu research to align offerings with community needs. And then our goals are going to be to determine if the 1-year lease with CCE is viable and outline those terms for them to review as a board at the CCE. We're going to be brainstorming creative solutions for the storage, which I previously mentioned, just looking at different shelving and stacking options. And then we're going to also explore the offsite storage and food prep options where we're looking to use a nearby commercial kitchen.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. All of that sounds very exciting. And I know that you are also doubling up in your reporting today with marketing and communications. Would you like to give us those reports?
Yeah, definitely. So for marketing and communications, we've been rebranding the e-newsletter, really focusing on community-driven content. So be on the lookout for some exciting updates there. We're going to be giving co-op updates, giving some education around food waste, and then also we have some really great ideas for doing some member spotlights with some Q&A interviews as well as more. And then we're planning a social media giveaway to celebrate Earth Day next week on Tuesday for April 22nd. So definitely make sure you're following us on social if you're not already. For the e-newsletter, we sent out 3 last week. One on April 2nd, which was the reminder for the annual meeting. And then on April 4th, we sent the final reminder. And based on the response from that, some members did respond, making us aware of the protest that was going on at the same time. So because of that, we decided to postpone the event. So we sent another reminder on the same day, just letting everyone know that it was canceled and about the protest if they wanted to go. And then today we did send the reminder about this meeting as well as the save the date for the new meeting in May, which will be on the 24th. And then in terms of goals and projects, our biggest goals right now are just to re-engage with members and welcome the new members that are joining us, uplift the community through impactful content. And then right now we're at a 50% open rate for our emails, which is really great. So we want to just maintain that and see if we can continue to keep that consistent. And then for projects, we are working on a social media calendar with some content themes, which we'll be reporting next period, as well as our marketing for our annual meeting and our communications for that. We're collaborating with the education side on a upcoming Nourish and Flourish event, which we're hoping to have in May. And then we're also collecting updated member contact information.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, Christina. All sounds excellent. I'll just jump in as well and do our education and outreach reporting. At the moment, summary of the committee work since last report is that we continue to develop the new member orientation, or that we are continuing developing that throughout the month, that we began creating the schedule of summer programming. We have about 2, maybe 3 workshops scheduled for the summer, and there's room for 2 to 3 more. So if you're interested in teaching a workshop that is related to our food system, please get in touch. That would be fantastic. We'll probably be scheduling that through the month, and then hopefully we'll have that schedule solidified by May. And then, of course, we began, as you said, in collaboration with marketing and communications, planning for our next Nourish and Flourish dinner. And that would be at the CCE. So hopefully we'll have that all planned out and ready to announce in the next month or so. And then, so that would be included in our goals and projects for next reporting period, just to have that new member orientation completed, to set the schedule again for the summer programming, to have that Nourish and Flourish dinner developed and ready to be announced, and then additionally to host a coffee with the co-op to promote the annual members meeting, which would be on the 24th. So all of that is upcoming, and I think that might be the conclusion. Oh, we also have finance as well to report upon, and that is Candace.
I'm reporting on behalf of Kendall, who couldn't be here. But there is a budget meeting scheduled with our bookkeeper to do a quarterly budget review. And then we will also be working on updating that budget accordingly for the rest of the year, and considering all of the wonderful things that we have going on, how we are best to use those funds. And then we've just recently completed the process to be able to apply directly for federal funding, which is kind of a big kind of win for us. It was a little bit of a process, but we are there. So that's another avenue that we're able to kind of explore in the finance world now, which is pretty exciting.
Fantastic. Okay, thank you so much for the wonderful reporting. We are actually a bit ahead of schedule. Unless there's anything else that anyone would like to report on, it looks like we can move into our open forum for members' comment. Any comments are welcome from our members at this time. Let's see, is there anything in the chat? Okay. Well, thank you so much for attending. JD, I see you there. Thank you very much for attending. And unless there are no additional comments or questions, it looks like we can move into an executive section. And I think that that will be the conclusion of our meeting for this month. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for your attendance. We look forward to seeing you next time with our reporting for May. Hope you have a lovely evening. Enjoy the spring weather.